"Are you going for your run today?" My wife would say, "Yes," I would reply. "But it looks like it's going to rain," she would say, sounding concerned. Other days, her concern would be, "Isn't it too dark? Isn't the weather too cold?" Make no mistake, my wife is my #1 fan and my biggest supporter when it comes to doing anything that I want to do or achieving anything I want to achieve. But as much as she's committed to supporting me and helping me, she's as committed to making sure that I'm safe and okay. While I'm doing everything on my own part, to assure her that I'm staying safe and I'm okay, I'm also very quick to remind her that to make the most of any venture, we must be committed to keep moving even when conditions aren't perfect. We will always have valid reasons for not doing and for not taking those steps we know we need to take to move our lives to a whole new level. It's raining, it's too sunny, the weather is too cold, the weather is too hot. I wished I lived in a better part of town. I wish I had better looking clothes. I wish I had this equipment. I wish I had the financial resources. I wish I had the connections. I wish I had this. I wish I had that. I remember reading somewhere that adults aren't any different from kids. The only thing is adults are kids with better excuses. For me, this is so huge and so valid, that the only thing standing in your way and the only thing standing in my way of achieving those things that we need to achieve isn't some dark force somewhere in our family ancestry, or, like we like to say in this part of the world, village people. It's we ourselves and our excuses that stand in our way. And while those things may seem like valid reasons, we need to see them for what they really are: excuses. A wise man once said that he that observes the wind will not sow, he that regards the clouds will not reap. Another way to say that is, don't sit there watching the wind, get on with your work. Don't stare at the clouds, get on with your life. Another way to still say that is, the person that waits for perfect conditions will never get anything done. I remember the day I read that, for me, it was like case closed. Because here's the thing, the conditions will never be perfect. When in life will the stoplights all be green? Short answer, never. So we might as well just get on with doing those things that we know that we need to do and see our valid reasons for what they are: excuses. To avoid getting stuck in perfection paralysis, I believe that it's helpful to remember two things. Number one is Murphy's Law. And Murphy's Law states that in life, whatever can go wrong will go wrong. What this simply tells us is that in anything that we are trying to achieve, irrespective of the foolproof plan or foolproof strategy we might have put in place, whatever can go wrong will possibly still go wrong. Here you are, you have set up everything to host this event. You have rehearsed over and over and over again. You have used and tested that equipment over and over again. And just when it's showtime, just for some odd reason, that equipment might refuse to work. But what do we do when such things happen? What do we do in that kind of scenario? The only thing we can do is just to keep moving forward, to look for the next best thing, to look for the next available alternative, and keep moving forward. Or like the Nike slogan says, just do it. The second thing that I believe we need to remember is we can't perfect what we haven't started. To avoid getting stuck in perfection paralysis, we need to remember that we can't perfect what we haven't started. Or like I like to say, you can't steer a stationary ship or train. What we need is momentum. You need to get that ship or train moving before you can steer it to change its direction or course correct. If the ship or train was to remain still, was to remain in one spot, it's impossible to steer it or to change its direction. What this simply means is that momentum is key, momentum is vital, momentum is important. And this momentum comes from starting, comes from taking that first step. That momentum comes from starting even when everything around us seems sucky, everything around us seems messy, and even though we have to start small. You know, it's remembering that that small and sucky start will give us the courage to keep moving forward and to keep going, because having created our worst work, the only way to go from there is up. It's remembering that every pro starts off as an amateur, and it's about the fact that starting small and sucky beats staying sucky. We need to always remember that, and that's why we need to start. We need to take that very first step. We need to keep moving forward and to remember that we have absolutely no excuse. And here's the thing, when we want to take that step and those people who genuinely care and are concerned about us say things like, what if you take that step and the rain falls? Here's what might happen, like has happened to me several times. You may just step out of the house, hit the road running, and get back to your house and find out that the rain didn't fall. Just be pleasantly surprised that the rain didn't fall. And in the case that the rain even actually fell or the rain actually falls, we can just go ahead and do one thing: just enjoy the showers.